Especially with assets like Bitcoin, for example, where you have people that just want to stack sats, right? They want to stack Bitcoin. That's it. They don't really care about USD anymore. What they want more Bitcoin, which makes sense when you have an asset that's becoming more rare, right? More scarce. And so this approach is called relative return, right? It's a relative return approach, meaning that you're looking at growing your Bitcoin stack in this case, right? But then you also have the most popular approach, which is growing your USD stack. And that's called an absolute return approach. Why is it absolute? Well, it's because, I guess like what you want in the end, especially like even when you have Bitcoin, all these people, the reason why they care about growing their Bitcoin stack is because they know that it's going to appreciate in value over time, right? So they don't want to be saving into like money that's losing value over time. They're long Bitcoin, but like really long term, right? And so yeah, we do customize like strategies, specific strategies for people that have this approach, like they want to grow their Bitcoin stack. And then we also have strategies for people that care about USD. Right. We can implement algorithms that, let's say every day, they would DCA into Bitcoin, no matter the price. So like once a day, they would use that US dollar profit, and instead of reinvesting it back into the strategy, they would use that US dollar to purchase more Bitcoin. All right? So over time, you can see that, oh, I'm building a Bitcoin stack, right? I'm making Bitcoin. So there's that approach. We also have a simple compounding approach where we like reinvest, for the people that care about absolute returns. They make US dollar, reinvest into a strategy, and then therefore, it's just compounding effect, right? And then we have a third approach, which in my opinion is my favorite, is instead of, so you can keep a little bit of your profit, your USD profit, right? You keep a little bit of it, like let's say 50% is reinvested in US dollar into the strategy so that you get that nice compounding effect, right? But also you keep 50% of that profit that you invest into Bitcoin whenever the price dips. That's it, So it's like a smart DCA approach, basically, where, DCA is just, it's time-based, right? So it's at the end of each month or the beginning of each month, whatever, you purchase a fixed amount of Bitcoin. But here with this approach is that you would benefit from the cheapest prices, basically, right? At a certain time interval.
I like that because most people, when they think of DCA, the cash is coming from their paycheck, but this cash is coming from the profits you've made from trading.
Exactly.
And you use the algorithms you already have to get good entry points into a DCA.
Totally. So that's, in my opinion, is like the best of both worlds, and it's the perfect hybrid solution, Yeah. And that's the one I'm personally using because I'm long Bitcoin. I'm long Bitcoin, I'm long gold. I like to protect my assets, right? US dollar is great to transact on a day-to-day basis, but in the end, it's definitely not producing income, right? Unless you invest that US dollar into businesses or into like just any scarce assets in the world.